English. I hope that you all are just good there. And with this positive note, I would like to start today's session. And today's session is general interaction session where we are going to meet a person. His name is Mr. Vivek. If I talk about this person, that I don't have any words to say about him because he is such kind of person who is not only a trainer, he is also a coach as well as he is academic counselor, and he is a successful teacher also. And if I talk about him, then you will just know each and everything after just knowing him because he is that kind of person. And I would like to give thanks to him to join in this session where you can just see that he is in a showroom and he has just given his precious time to just join this session. So Vivekji, I would like to welcome to you on this
Thank
platform.
you.
And before starting, I would like to say that how are you and how was your day today?
And definitely, sir, I'm good. Thank you for inviting me over here. So, let me first introduce myself, sir. My name is Vivek. I work as an assistant teacher in one of the schools of Muzaffarpur. It is St. Xavier's Junior Senior School. Not only I'm working as a teacher in St. Xavier's, but also I'm working as a resource person for CBSE. We are conducting different kinds of trainings in almost 9 districts of Bihar. And this is what we are doing. It's going good.
Okay, so Vivekji, first of all, the students who are just going to join this session, they all want to know about yourself. That how, what are you and what are you doing nowadays? How did you just get success in your life, and what is happening nowadays in your life? So please tell each and everything, but a little bit speak louder because your voice is coming too much low.
Okay, definitely. Like as I told you earlier, that as I shared with you already, that I'm working as a teacher at St. Xavier Junior Senior School. So it was, I guess, the year 2014 when we started doing that. In 2013, I completed my 12th, and then after that, in 2014, I started teaching. Panto Creator Academy. It is at Turkey, Muzaffarpur. That was my first school. And then after that, after 10 years of teaching there, I switched to another school that was St. Xavier's, and I've been working there till now for the past 9 months there. Now, if we talk about teaching, then definitely it was not one of the things that we had actually thought of doing, but definitely there is one person whom I would like to quote, Mr. Prabhat Ranjan Jha. He was the person who actually promoted me. He told me about the benefits of this. He told me that how and in what ways these things can help us on a very large scale. And he told me that you must pursue English honors. Then, after completing my intermediate, I pursued English honors graduation. Then, I completed my master's as well. In terms of professional education, I completed DLED, then B.Ed, and M.Ed. I am pursuing at present. So these are the kinds of things that are going in our life. In 2022, a very important year for me. In that year, I became a resource person for CBSE, and in completion of that, we are now getting chances to visit almost 9 districts wherein CBSE affiliated schools are there, and we are going there and conducting trainings. Our main work it is basically to teach the teachers to train them by developing a different kind of thinking wherein they'll be able to understand the psychology of students. Not only the psychology of students is there, but different kinds of things, different kinds of initiatives that is from CBSE and other portions. Like if we'll talk about new national education policy 2020, in fact today also in Narkatiyaganj I was one of the schools there, Lotus Public School, therein we were discussing about national curriculum framework. So these are some of the topics that needs attention, and the things that CBSE is telling to the students. It is very necessary for us to understand all the teachers, and when we are doing that work.
Okay, but I would like to ask you one question that everyone has to just face the challenges. Being you can say that coach or trainer, and you are just training, giving training to all those teachers. But you know very well that in all among all teachers, some teachers are that kind of person who just think that he is a very you can say that that kind of person whose age is and who is much more junior in front of me. So did you ever face this kind of challenge in your life?
No, definitely. When we first started in the year 2022, used to tell us that you are very young. you are not very much experienced, and then how you will be able to train us on different topics, how you will be able to tell us different things about a particular topic, either it is new national education policy or anything related to that. So initially we faced some kinds of challenges over there. There were some people who were actually telling us that no, it is not very good. Uh, how are you able to go through all these things? These were the kinds of things that we used to face. There were different kinds of cross questions as well. There are people who used to ask questions a lot. On a very large scale, they used to ask questions in terms of making us irritated or in terms of making us annoyed. They used to cross question us on a very large scale, and these were some of the very common things that we had been experiencing in the past 3 years. But now, since we have got an experience of around 3 years, things they are going pretty well, and we are not facing any kind of difficulty now. But initially, definitely, we had to go through different kinds of things.
But is
Definitely.
there any biggest challenge in front of you which you faced? Can you tell me that story that happened with you?
No, definitely. I remember one incident. We were one of the schools of Sitamarhi, Mass International School. It is at Ekmi Ghat, Lahariya Sarai, Sitamarhi. And in that Mass International School, the training it was scheduled at 9 a.m. in the morning, but they started at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. We were around 4 hours late. I told them that if you are starting at 1 p.m., then it is of around 5 hours. So there would be the teachers they would get very late returning to their houses. The training it would end at 6 p.m. and it was winter season. So at that point of time all the teachers they were very annoyed. Not only they were annoyed because of late starting, but they were also annoyed because of the topic they were seeming it not very relevant to them. So this was the problem that I faced over there. And also there was one very big thing, the teachers, some of them they were from government schools, a government university is there, and the name of his school was Kamran Manu Model School. So some teachers they were from that school, and at that point of time they became very arrogant. They became very rude that it has already been more than 5:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. You are still continuing. Stop it. So these were some of the things, and that was one of the most important schools wherein I faced this kind of challenge. So it is rememberable. It is a memorable school.
How do you handle your pressure?
No,
Because you are
definitely
doing lots
handling.
of things and at present you are connected with lots of things. So definitely
Yes.
prayers, pressures are on yours. So tell me that how do you handle your pressure?
No, definitely. As a trainer, we are taught these things. Like whenever we go to attend our training, means when we are trained as a trainer, recognized resource persons. They are the people who actually train us. So at that point of time, they already tell us to be cool and calm in every possible situation and do not react very rudely anywhere. So we are told this thing. We need to tell them that how you can get out of all these things, how you will be able to understand different things in different contexts. And if you are being arrogant, that is not a correct thing. This is not the characteristics of a trained and educated and experienced person. If an adolescent is there, if a child is there, if a teenager is there, if they are becoming rude and arrogant, that is a completely different thing. But as a teacher, if you are being arrogant and rude, that is not a very correct thing. As an experienced personnel, it is your prime responsibility to be cool and calm in every situation. And we try to follow the very same thing, and that gives us the strength to be cool and calm everywhere. And then no reaction is there. We understand their problems also. They were told that we will be dispersed at 3 p.m. Now they are dispersed at more than 6:30 p.m. onwards. So this was one of the problem that we also felt. We also realized this on a very large scale, and then literally they also felt that that was not my mistake. That was only because of the miscommunication, mismanagement of the school. So if you are trying to make them understand in a good way, in a better way, in a cool and calm way, they are definitely going to understand. So this is what I feel.
Okay, one of my student, not he is a student, he is my, you can say, the supporting member also. Like you, Mr. Atul has raised one question, and he wants to know from his side that do you find any source of inspiration among those students in that school?
No, definitely. Whenever we visit other schools, we meet different kinds of teachers. There are some teachers who are very good to us as well. Since they are sitting opposite to us, it does not mean that we are better and they are not. At different places, we have seen different kinds of teachers who are very good in comparison to us. They are having better knowledge of the subject. They are having better command over their subject. Their teaching method, teaching methodologies when they enter into their classrooms, their classroom control, their understanding of child psychology, it is all of completely next level. So definitely we have met different kinds of teachers in many of the schools in different districts. I'll quote some teachers. Like in Motiari there is one school, modern public school in Chalmari. There in one Priya Kashyap ma'am is there, she is very good. If you'll talk about Delhi Darbhanga Public School in Darbhanga, there in the PGT accountant teacher is there, Dr. Dimple Saraswat. She is exceptionally well. So there are different teachers in due course of our trainings. We have met them, we have heard them, we have seen them teaching, and we feel that they are a source of inspiration for people like us. They teach us, they train us, they give us inspiration that you'll be, if you will be like her, means if we will be like them, then definitely we'll have a better command over the students, and our teaching method can be improved as well. And endless teachers are there. If you'll talk about some of the schools of Patna, Mitali Mukherjee ma'am is there, Dr. Vipin Sharma ma'am is there, Namita Agarwal ma'am is there. Dr. Pramod Kumar Yadav, he is himself from Muzaffarpur. He is at present HOD of Life Sciences at Nalanda Sainik School. So these are some of the trainers or people who are inspiring other teachers on a very large scale.
Okay, so I hope that Mr. Atul, you have got your answer. Now, anyone who has any kind of question, then please raise your question. I will just appreciate your question, and he is the person who will give the answer of your question. So you all are requested to ask question one by one. But before giving the answers of audience question, I would like to know your from your side that how did you start your journey in the field of English, and what would you like to suggest those students who want to learn English, and what is the importance of English nowadays?
No, definitely. If we'll talk about my journey, then it was in class fifth. It was in class fifth when I got a home tutor. His name was Mr. Divakar Kumar. He used to come to teach me at my house. And initially, I was reading in Sunshine at that time. So at that point of time, he used to come to my house to teach me. He told me to make translation at that time. There is one R.K. Sinha blue colored book is there of Goodman Publication. So he told me to complete that book, and he made me complete that book in class fifth only. I completed it twice, and after that, every Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, he used to give me homework, wherein the homework was to write name of five fruits, vegetables, wild animal, pet animal, January, February, everything he used to give me as a homework, all the miscellaneous things. So we used to practice that right from class fifth onwards. Then Sunshine, it was a very good school. The teachers who used to teach over there, specifically Mr. Amit Bhattacharya sir, Mr. Tarun Kumar sir, Mr. Alam sir, Mrs. Robin Archana ma'am. They were different teachers in of English who were very good. They were exceptionally good at Sunshine, and they taught us in such a way that we developed that communication skill. And when we developed that communication skill, then it motivated us. After that, after completing my 12th in 2011 at Agoria Chowk, there is one college, L&T College. In that L&T College, discussion group was there that was known as DY, Develop Yourself. There was also an equivalent group that was Serve or Seva. So I joined Develop Yourself, DY, and that also gave me a bit of confidence over there. Then also I started going to Oxford. Mr. Vikas Kumar sir, he used to teach at Vidyanchalera Colony, lane number 1. So therein we joined. So these were all of the things that helped us. Then later on, after joining school, I came to DIIT British English as well. I went there for around an year, and that also helped me to develop my English, because the school wherein I was teaching, that was in a rural area. So definitely the students who were coming in the school, they were not capable of speaking English on a very large scale. They were not fluent enough. And in fact, the most important problem was that while we were speaking, while we were trying to speak in front of them, they were not able to understand these things properly. So this was one of the problems that we were facing, and that compelled us to go to different places. Like we came to DIIT British English as well, and when we went there, when we attended the classes there, when we talked with the students there, so that also gave us a good kind of fluency that made our practice very good over there. So these are all of the things that helped us in developing English on a very large scale. Now, if we'll talk about present context, that how and why it is very much important, then definitely under the banner of new national education policy 2020 as well, government, they are telling that we need to develop 21st century skills in students. Now, if we are talking about 21st century skills, so there are four C's. There are four different words that start with the letter C, and they are very important: critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. So, out of this one C, communication, it is one of the most integral parts, wherein this language, it needs to be developed on a very large scale, since it is a global language, since people they are following it on a very large scale, and the medium of teaching it is English in many schools, good and standard schools. So definitely in present era it plays a very important role, and if you are not doing that, then definitely our students, they'll not be ready with the global standards. They will not be able to match global standards. So that is why at present also English, it plays a very important role, and the student, they must practice this. They must try to bring fluency. Comprehension is there, that is very necessary for them. Reading section, it is very necessary for them. And once they are trying to develop all these things, then definitely on a very large scale they'll be able to complete question answers as well. And reading, it would be very good. Newspaper reading, it can be one of the things that can help them as well. So all these things, they can be very helpful.
But those who are beginners, they don't know English. They have lots of problems. How can they start their English?
Definitely, if there is someone who's a tiny tot, if there is someone who's a toddler and he or she is wanting to try learning this kind of language, specifically English, so I think developing vocabulary, it is one of the most integral parts, because until unless you'll not be knowing different word meanings, you'll not be able to speak properly. Like the main problem that a single individual he or she faces while speaking, that the things that are coming in the mind of that proper individual, it is in Hindi. And if they'll not be able to translate it properly, if they'll not be able to look for the exact replacement word of Hindi in English, they'll feel problem on a very large scale. So it is very necessary that vocabulary, development of vocabulary, it is very necessary. After development of vocabulary, formation of sentences, proper structure, proper command over parts of speech and tenses, they are very necessary. The student, they must try to learn different kinds of vocabularies. At least 5 to 600 words is necessary. And if they want to be very good speaker, then 1000 words, it is enough. If someone develops a vocabulary of around 1000 words and sentence structuring is there, if they are having a good command over tenses, then definitely they'll be able to speak.
Okay, so my dear all students, those who are just watching till now, I would like to tell you that the suggestion which has been given by him, you should really just go through this way. Then definitely you can just do better in your life, and you can be a fluent speaker. Because vocabulary is the one of the most and important part. If you want to speak, if you want to write, but if you don't have over command upon vocabulary, then you are going to face lots of problems. So we must learn vocabulary on daily basis and try to use in sentence so that you can just speak English very well in coming days. But all dear audience, those who want to ask question, please ask as soon as possible so that you will get your answer. So you all are requested to ask a question. If you have any queries, if you have any question, then please ask to Mr. Vivek. He will definitely give you answer. Vivek, I would like to just know about in present era where the market is full of competition, how English is going to help. And if a person who wants to go out of Bihar, how will do you think that English is you can say that necessary for them?
No, answer this. No, definitely, English, it is going to play a very important role in that. Now, if you talk about the present context, then definitely I am one of the biggest examples. A clear example I am over here, that if you'll talk about my academic qualification, then it was, I was not a very good student academically. While I was in my school, I was not a very good student in different subjects. But since English, it was very good, I was advised to pursue English honors, and the very same thing I did. And then I'm continuing as an English teacher. Not only I am teaching in schools, but also I'm helping teachers develop different kinds of capabilities, understanding of child psychology, and all things we are doing at present. And these all are the things, these all are the kinds of things that we have been capable of doing only because of our communication skill. In fact, today I am here with you only because of my communication skill, definitely. So this is one of the biggest example. I am sitting in front of you all, and this is the biggest example that what English can do to you. And if you'll talk about going outside the state, if you'll talk about going outside abroad, then definitely we are every time talking about making students equivalent to global standards. So at that point of time, it is very necessary to understand this language properly. Interpretation, it must be there, and then speaking, that must be there. Because if you'll go to those places, the mode of communication, the teachers, they are continuously trying to speak in English only. So if that is one of the kinds of things, if you are not following it properly, then it is going to play a very important role in your, that would be a drawback to you. I'll give you one example. When we were reading in class 12, one of our friends were there. His name was Prabhakar. and he cracked IIT as well. He went to IIT Roorkee, and he went there for 6 months. But the moment he entered there, when he used to attend the lectures of the professors, he was telling that I was not able to understand anything. And the prime reason behind this was the professors who were there, they were continuously speaking English only. The lectures, they were primarily in English. So that is why it is very necessary that students, even if they are having different kinds of capabilities, there might be a possibility that they would be good in different subjects, mathematics, science, but English, it is also very equivalent to those subjects. If you're not having a proper communication skill, even the science or even the social science or mathematics, the questions you will not be able to solve it properly. And this reading comprehension and understanding, it needs to be developed on a very large scale, and everywhere it would be helpful. So in all these aspects, English, it plays a very major role, very integral role. And communication skill, it is one of the most important portions, and it needs to be developed. Student, they must try. Very important it is.
So you can just see that how he has told that what is the importance of English. So definitely, I would like to tell you that those who are thinking that English is a secondary language, don't think like that. It's a primary language, because we know very well that if we go in the market, if we want to do anything, if we want to just go for higher education, without English, it is tough to just survive in this market. So English can help you in each and every sector. So now Hina Fatima has asked one question to you, that what is your qualification and what are you doing nowadays?
And at present, I'm working as a teacher at St. Xavier's Junior Senior School. I'm English PGT, postgraduate teacher. I teach in classes 10th, 11th, 12th. As well as I'm also a certified resource person for Central Board of Secondary Education, and we conduct trainings. They are of different kinds. Sometimes it is a CBP, capacity building program. Sometimes it is an in-house. Sometimes it is a PRP, prospective resource person. Sometimes it is an induction training that is primarily for principals only. So if we conduct all these kinds of trainings also. Also, I am an educator for an academy, and these are the kinds of things which are going on. If we'll talk about my qualification, then I've completed my master's, and in professional education, I've completed my B.Ed, and M.Ed I'm pursuing.
So you can see that he is a person who has lots of qualities and he is doing lots of things. So this is the you can say that big you can say that thing for him. Now Mrs. Yogita Zainji has asked one question. She is also teacher and she always just joins our channel, and she is from outside of Bihar. So she wants to know your name as well as your profession. And Yogita Zainji, I would like to say you one thing, that being a teacher, if you are facing any kind of problem regarding CBSE, regarding anything, then you can take suggestion from him. He can just give you the better answer for you, and he can also enhance you whatever you want to do in the field of you can say that teaching profession. So Yogita Zainji, if you are listening my sentences, then please ask question so that you can just enhance yourself. So she has just denoted you like a bhai, and she has asked one question to you, that what is your name and profession?
Definitely, my name is Vivek, and profession, it is of course teaching. I'm a teacher and a resource person as well. I teach at different places. A school is there, St. Xavier's. I also teach at an academy, and a certified resource person for CBSE.
Okay.
These are the things.
Vivek, now the question will come after that. I want to ask one question to you, that uh, means what is your expectation? What do you expect from your life and what do you want to do in future actually?
No, definitely the biggest motivation and expectation of mine from life is that every teacher who's teaching in any affiliated school, every year 30 teachers are there who are given National Teachers Award. The award, it is given to the teachers by the Honorable President of India. So I want to be one of those teachers. In at present, from Muzaffarpur district, so far more than 59 affiliated schools are there, and they have been running in our city for more than 25 to 30 years. But so far there have not been any kind of teachers who have got that award. My expectation in coming future is that since we have started so early, I am around 29 years old and I've got an experience of more than 11 years in an affiliated school, and definitely for the past 3 years we have been acting as a resource person as well. So definitely ample amount of experience we have gathered now, and we have got around 30 years of time, 31 years of time to be exact, till we will reach 60 years. So it is going to help us on a very large scale, and I expect that in coming few years, around 5 to 10 years, till I'll complete my PhD, I'm very hopeful that my name is must be nominated, and I'm very hopeful that I'll get that award, and that is my expectation from my life, the biggest expectation.
I hope that your dream will definitely fulfill. I pray to God that whatever you want from your life, and in future definitely that will be fulfilled, and your strong determination will definitely come true that one day you will be nominated for national award also, and
No.
this is my best wishes from my side also. Another thing is that I want to ask one question to you that do you really feel honor to be a teacher, or do you think that it's a really hectic job where I have just come, what am I doing? Have you ever thought like that?
No, definitely I've as a teacher never felt these kinds of things. Initially when I was not very mature, I was not having that kind of training, that experience I did not have. But there were some instances wherein I used to think these kinds of things. That students, handling the students, it is a very hectic thing. We are not capable of controlling them several times. I was very young at that point of time as well. So whenever I used to go to senior classes to take classes, I was not capable of controlling the students on a very large scale. So yes, initially I faced different kinds of challenges. There's some problems were there that I felt. But now, as I've gained experience, now since I've understood the psychology of the students, since I'm understanding that how they act, how they react, things they are becoming very easier for us now. So now I do not regret these kinds of things. I've never regretted in my life being a teacher. And if there is somebody who tells us that what your earning is, then definitely at a place like Muzaffarpur, we are doing very good, and I'm very satisfied in that. No regrets, completely very hopeful and happy.
Okay, one of question has come in front of you that what do you think the students are studying in CBSE school, but they are not capable to speak in English? Who is responsible for that?
No, primarily at present, the school wherein I teach, maximum number of students they are very good at English. Like I'm one of those teachers who does not face any kind of difficulty over there in teaching. I've seen different teachers they struggle with their subjects. Teachers who teach mathematics they are struggling. The students they are not capable to understand the concepts properly. The marks they are not getting proper. In fact, if you'll see the result of boards as well of class 10th or 12th, in both the boards the students they are not able to perform very well in other subjects, but if we'll talk about English the marks it is also very good. The student their communication skill it is very good. If you ever get a chance to visit our Goshala branch, St. Xavier's Junior Senior School, I'll meet you. I'll tell you to come in front of different people, different students over there. Specifically, class 11D is the class wherein I teach, and it is one of the best sections throughout the school, wherein almost all the students who are in that classroom they are exceptionally well, and their communication skill it is far better to us as well. As a teacher, whenever I communicate with them, the kinds of structuring sentences or the kinds of words that they are using, several times, even we are amused to see them. So in the place wherein I am, I've seen them. They are very good. In many other schools also, I've seen different students who are very good. The number it is a bit less as compared to the others, but it completely depends upon their individual labor, the kind of environment that they are getting at their homes. So educated parents are there. If they are capable of giving very good environment, if they are capable of giving good resources, then definitely they'll succeed. And almost everywhere the students they are good at their communication skills. Number it is a bit less, and there are different kinds of factors that affect them. They have been speaking for a longer period of time in Hindi only. It is their regional language, and that is one of the reasons why they struggle in English a lot. But they are learning it, they are developing it, and things are changing. They are becoming good.
Thank you, and I hope that Hina, you have just got your answer. Now, Yogita Janji asked one question that I want to become a good teacher. What can I do for my good English communication? And
No,
she is very eager
definitely.
to learn English.
Oh, no, definitely as a teacher, if you wish to learn this language properly, so there are different things that you need to do. First one is that, as I shared with you already, that developing vocabulary, it is the most integral part. Whichever the subject you are teaching, it is very necessary that if you want to speak English properly, the development of vocabulary, it is very necessary. The more you are going to develop or having word stock, it is going to help you on a very large scale, and then structure the sentence properly. Read tenses. There are some only 3 to 4 chapters of grammar there are there which are very necessary. First one is vocabulary. You need to develop that one, and accept that parts of speech, narration, voice, and tenses. If you have got command over these 4 to 5 chapters, definitely you will be very good. So as a teacher you must try developing those things, and once you have developed that thing, you can be a very good teacher. And after developing all these things, you need to practice it on a very large scale. You need to find people with whom you can speak frequently and regularly. Group discussions, They also encourage people to speak English in developing fluency on a very large scale. So these are some of the things that can help you.
Okay. Now, Saika Parveen has asked one question to you that how are you managing all the things and what is your motivation?
No, managing everything properly, it is primarily because of the experience. Since we have given almost 11 years to this profession, so now we are capable of understanding almost everything. What is the approach of a student towards a teacher, how they are acting in front of us, if they're smiling after seeing us, what they would be thinking. There are different factors that are affecting these things, and all these things come in us because of experience only. Like when I was very young, I am young, means when I was very new in this profession, definitely at that time there were students, we were struggling on a very large scale. But now, after gaining that experience, after spending a lot of time among the students, we have developed this thing. We have developed the psychology wherein we understand each and everything very properly. So managing things, it completely depends upon the experience. Professional education, it is also a part of that. While completing DLED, B.Ed, or while I am going through M.Ed at present, there are different kinds of political theorists or educators whose theories, they are very exceptionally good for us. If we'll talk about Jean Piaget, the theory that he gave upon constructivism and behaviorism. If we'll talk about David A. Cole, the American educator, the way he presented experiential learning. If we'll talk about James Asser, the way he presented think, pair, share. If you'll talk about hand and speech coordination, there were different kinds of theories. Lewowski was there, Howard Gardner was there, Carl Rogers was there. If you'll read the theories of these educators, they are also going to help you on a very large scale. And specifically, most important, child psychology, CPD, that is the important portion. And all these educators, they are going to help you if you'll go through the theories. So, experience, managing these things, experience, it was possible of having experience. The professional education that we achieved, that we secured, the theories that we read, they were also very helpful in managing all these things. And that is why we are
I
conducting.
Isa Faz want to ask question that it is necessary to do B.Ed or DLED to become a good teacher.
No, definitely it is not ultimately necessary for that, because before B.Ed and DLED, there were teachers, very good teachers in our school as well. So, being a teacher, in order to teach something to someone, it is not necessary that you must have professional education. Our
But she
parents,
wants,
in
sorry to interrupt you, but she wants to know that in government area, these all things are very, very important.
no, definitely some criterias are there wherein if you have not got that kind of education, not professional education, you'll not be able to do these things. So it is very necessary to attend. So in those cases, there might be a possibility that completing B.Ed and DLED, it is very mandatory for that. But if we'll talk about private sectors, then even if you are very comfortable in your graduation and masters, that is going to help you. If you'll talk about different teachers who are very famous, if you'll talk about Khan sir, no one knows about his professional education and other things. So in these cases, it is very good. It is not
Okay, and now
necessary.
moves with Prachi has asked one question to you that when have you too much naughty a student, how do you manage at that point of time? Means
No,
in our teaching period we just face lots of naughtiest type of a student. So how
yes.
do we just take care, means handle that kind of a students?
No, definitely. If you are facing naughty students on a very large scale, so at that point of time, we need to understand that what their actual understanding is. Because if we'll not be able to understand them, then definitely will not be able to treat them properly. We need to understand the core thing over there. If core thing it is not being understood, because developing a good relationship with the students, it is one of the most integral parts. Develop a very good relationship with the students, understand their psychology, what their thinking is, what their need is, what they actually want from you as a teacher. And if you're not able to facilitate that, because under the banner of NEP 2020, we are not teachers now, we are facilitators. So we need to facilitate them. We need not only teach them, but we need to facilitate them as well. So that is very important. You need to play the role of that facilitator. You need to understand their psychology. You need to understand their needs. And then after that, you can fulfill that.
Okay, Ina Fatma has asked one question to you that about the students who are from CBSE board, they are able to speak English or not, and whatever the answer you have told. But she has told that I am not satisfied with your answer. I think 30 to 40% of students are able to speak in English, average and not fluently. What would you like to say? Miss, according to what?
trying on a very large scale. You are making students aware that this language it is very good. You need to understand this, and we are also doing the very same thing. And still, the number it is very less because of the population that we are having, the kind of state that we are living in Bihar. Their students are not very careful. The regional language it is on a very large scale. Literacy it is very less. Annual income of parents it is very less. All these are factors that affect this.
Okay. Yogita Janji has just shared her problem that my life is very struggling because my husband has left because of a heart attack. I joined daily classes of the DIT British English Academy of Muzaffarpur. What would you like to say on this sentence? Do
No,
you have any?
definitely. As in order to be a very good teacher, you need to develop that communication skill. And if you have joined an institute, then definitely DIT British English. It is one of the best institutes of Muzaffarpur. And these kinds of things, like conducting online sessions, bringing people live, they are going to give you a different kind of concept, a better concept. You need to figure it out properly, and definitely with the help of these things, you can succeed. You can develop your communication skill. If you are attentive, then definitely will be good.
So, Yogita Janji, I hope that you have got your answer. Last question from Mubarak Ansari, and he has asked one question to you. That my question is that from where have you taken motivation? When are you studying? Yani when do
Uh,
you do your for self you can say the study?
Uh, as a teacher, definitely we need to read every day. There is one quotation also that if you are a teacher, you need to be learner every day. The real teachers are those people who are learners, and we are continuously learning. We are getting new thing to know. We are getting new things to know every day. And if you are a learner, you can be a, and the changing society, the changing world motivates us. The way we are seeing changings in our world, the way we are seeing the students changing on a very large scale, that motivates us that we need to be updated. We need to be very similar to them, because once we'll become outdated, at that point of time, there is no one who is going to look after us. So this is one of the biggest things. The changing society, the changing world itself is a motivation for us.
Okay. So now the all questions have finished and I have taken too much time of yours. So lastly,
And
what would you like to say my all students?
no, definitely the first thing is that you need to maintain regularity. Be regular to the institute, come there regularly, and if you are going there, then definitely be attentive there. ऐसा नहीं है कि if you are only coming there is going to help you. No, it is not there. Be regular to whichever the place you are going, whichever the platform you are using, and specifically if you are a DIIT British English, then definitely it is one of the best of Muzaffarpur. And be there regular. If you are not coming there, if you are attending via online sessions, be regular, attentive, prepare notes and different kinds of vocabularies. Develop all these things, and you'll be very good soon. Practice it as well. Develop that environment at your house. Speak well, speak in front of the mirror, record your videos. They are going to be helpful on a very large scale.
Thank you, Mr. Vivek, to join us and you have given your precious
Thank
time. So
No,
thank you
no.
for suggestions also. Thank you and thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. My pleasure, sir.
Thank you.